Do you have a lot of experience streaming? Alright, there we go. Looks like it's up and running now. Alright, looks like all three are going. So I'm working on getting my multi-streaming set up through Meld because I like the idea of being able to just stream from one place, like send one stream out, because I live with other people, and so I don't want to use up all of our internet, right? And Meld has this really cool thing called multi-stream um, beta, which is literally Meld. It's called Meld Multi, and I don't know if you know anything about like restream. You send one stream out, and it sends it out to the other places. So back to the game. But that's cool that you mod for streamers. Alright, let's see here. So I don't need that right now. Alright. Let's see, this is why it takes me forever to get through these games, because I just get distracted. I get distracted, and then I get lost, and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to complete the main quest. So that's what my goal for tonight is to be able to start working on getting the main quest done, so that way I can I don't know, just work my way through, get up to the point I want to. Thinking about either streaming, I don't know, I might do an extra stream this week and hit double XP weekend. I think it's this weekend if I'm remembering correctly. Could be totally wrong though. Man, I wonder if I can survive death from above.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent. Please
I've got a
execute
lunchbox.
your
Oh,
earliest
crap.
convenience.
What's that?
Thank you
I
for
think I got a couple lunchboxes. I'll probably be on till 11, 10:30, 11, somewhere in there. Just depends on if my daughter wakes up or not, because she's under the impression that she can't walk right now, and so if she ends up needing something, she's gonna call for me, and I'll have to go get her. Let's see here. Map. Oh. Not what I was expecting. I wonder why they would do it there. I thought, like... Unless they're not going for the queen, but I thought the queen was down here. I wonder if you pop a lunchbox, if it works for yourself. Let's see. Alright, man, I was really hoping that there'd be somebody closer, but I'm not that far. See how long you... Skyline is new on the map, they say. Is that what that spot is? Skyline? Gotcha. I'm kind of headed that way anyway, so... But... I'm wondering... Didn't they... Isn't there, like... Isn't the... Like... Don't you have to, like, get in a certain number of hits or do a certain amount of... No, I don't want to do this one.
This is a level 2 nuclear alert. Repeat, this is a level 2 nuclear alert. The sited energy plant WB-06 has suffered a critical failure. Hazmat teams are en route. Please remain indoors and await further instructions.
But you have to hit a certain number of, like, hits or do a certain amount of damage on them in order to... Oh. Wow, they completed that quickly. To get... Sorry, my brain's all over the place. I think you have to do a certain amount of damage in order to get any sort of reward from it. Don't like the look of that thing. Where am I? Let me cross over there. Alright. Dude, this thing is ugly. What is it? A diseased Grafton monster. That was probably pretty stupid. Especially with how much rads I have. Let's see. Ooh. Pop a stem. Almost there. Got him. And there's a cap syringer. Nice. Alright. Run over here. hear somebody, but I don't see somebody. Where are you at? Where you at? Over here. Alright. Ooh, I need to eat some food and drink some water. There we go. Nice, another level. Let's see here. Food and drink. Let's eat this, drink this, eat that, get filled up. Probably pop back at my base here in a moment, unless I can find some rat away around here. Used to run, excuse me, I think I used to run a bloodied build, so I was used to having a bunch of rads. But if I'm not running a bloody build, there's not much reason to inhabit them. Oop, did not see you on the ground there. Stim pack. No, you. You need to go down. Where's the other one? I hear him. There we go. Come on. Got him. Alright. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, the higher amount of rads that you have, the higher damage it does. It increases. I think it's like, I forget what it is. I thought it was like up to 25% or something like that. Or maybe higher. Might have been higher than that. I think it was higher. But it, you combine that with, I don't remember what it was, but it was another one on your armor that had a similar effect, only for the lower your health is, you get a certain amount of, it was called, I think it's Sentinel. You get +3 to all of your stats. So, per piece of armor. So, you know, you get +15, I think it was, with all of them. So it's crazy. Like, you could do some major damage. Major damage run. I think I was just on my previous character at some point, just checking him out and looking at my stuff. And I think he had like 300 AP, which was nice, because I was like, this is nice, because you can just kind of run, and you don't stop. Man, I also am like a total pack rat. Oh, hi. Total pack rat up in here. I pick up anything and everything. Oh, get out of here. So, I know some people do run it on a power armor build. Let's see. I did mine as a stealth commando, and so, like, you know, you just run around hiding. Basically, I don't know if you ever played Skyrim or anything, or any of the Elder Scrolls games. It's basically a stealth archer. I think that you can do it in power armor, but like I always did it with a bloodied explosive weapon in power armor. I think it was. I'd have to double check, but and so I died a lot in my power armor. It shred through the queen though. That much I remember. Back then I was able to clear the queen by myself. Of course, I don't know if anything's changed in the difficulty wise or if it's still just as easy. We'll see. But hoping to get to level 50 here soon, so that I can actually start doing other stuff. Ooh, my gun about to break. Ooh, it sure is. Back in my days, man, you know, my grandpa never used to say that to me. People always like, you know, my grandparents always said back in my days. Figure out how you repair your weapons. So I'm gonna leave here real quick before this breaks and then I don't have a weapon, because I actually really like this weapon. How do I get out of here? I think it's right here. But yeah, my grandpa never said that to me. I am terrified of... Oh man, now I gotta try to find a place to place this. I'm terrified of dropping my cup when I'm putting it down and it's smacking into my computer. I just redid my whole setup today and it required me to move my computer and put it on my desk, which normally I wouldn't do, but I was trying to get things rolling so that I could have a smaller setup. Looks like I did pick up some rat away, so let's pop that. Yeah. 150 rats. Does not seem like a whole lot to me. Nope. Why did I do this? Oh, so that I could go back to my base. That would suck. That would suck so much. I know there's... Oh. Not sure what happened there. Stream just freaked out a bit. But... Hey, come on. I'm gonna have to build this out, aren't I? Build. Is it still doing it, or am I good now? Looks like it's good now. Let's see. Alright, cool. Just figured I'd take a look to see what was going on over here. not real sure, but whatever. It didn't stop. That's the main thing. I used to run a live stream for a place that I worked, and I used to get so mad. So this was like right when COVID happened, and we had to start live streaming for work, and I was building it, and man, we were all day. It would just crash. I was so mad. So mad. So I was using OBS, um, and I forget what the name of the site was, but it was some like all-in-one thing before I did OBS, and it was junk. And so I switched to doing OBS and running through an encoder, and actually I paid for a company called Boxcast. No, it wasn't Streamlabs. We paid for Boxcast, which was like a huge company out by us that does, professional grade streaming. And great company. They were great. In fact, our stream was really good. The only problem that we had was audio was junk. Not junk, but it didn't sound great. So then I started using OBS and Restream. I cannot. Restream made it so easy. Like, it was ridiculous. So Restream.io. Of course, when I worked for a company, I didn't have to pay for it. So I actually was trying to use it here. And the last stream I did was through Restream, but I don't have a pro account anymore, and so it's not as good. I forgot that there's so much stuff that Restream ties behind a subscription, and so I was like, well, I'm not doing that then. So I was gonna just trying to figure out. There we go. Figure out different options, and I ended up reading. I think I was on Reddit. I don't know if anybody else still gets on Reddit. I still get on Reddit. It's actually my preferred social media. I try not to hang out on TikTok too much. TikTok is bad, in my opinion. I will literally be on TikTok and it'll be like an hour and a half has passed. I'm like, where did the time go? But, what did I do? Both TikTok and Facebook, I have to stay off of for the most part, because if I don't, workbench repair, crystal. Yep. All right, cool. If I spend too much time on TikTok, I feel like crap afterwards. It's crazy. Like, it legitimately messes with my head. And so I try not to spend too much time on it. I know that if I'm streaming, I'm going to have to be posting videos and stuff on it, but I try not to, like, be on it intentionally. Just is one of those things for me. So, let's see. Let's just grab some items while I'm back here. Okay. Maybe get some rat away so that I can just start back. Just take 10 of those with me. So I've not really used Instagram ever. Um, like ever. I think my one of my previous employers when we were streaming was like, I need you to go subscribe to Instagram for us so that we can stream. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. So I created one, followed followed my employer, and then I never did it again. Um, but Facebook owns Instagram, and so I just try not to get on there. I don't really support Meta in general. Um, for memes, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I never really got into it. I go to Reddit for my memes. Um, Reddit, it's more forum based, and so that's part of the reason I like it. Um, but if I'm not on Reddit, I'll be on Pinterest sometimes. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but listen, I like inspiration. Since I had a since I had a kid, my creativity is all focused around her. And so sometimes it's nice to have something to inspire you to do new things. And so Pinterest has always been something. It's where I go to look for tattoo ideas for when I get my next one. Alright, there we go. Full health. Actually, well, let's see, what does it do? Drop this stuff in there. My stash. I think I have. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? All right, yeah. So this is. I used to use this gun. Damage increases up to 130% as health decreases. Projectiles explode for plus 20% weapon damage and minus 90% weight, because otherwise this thing is heavy. Oh, is it? Okay. This was a nice one. I used to play with this one. Let me just get these out of here. This one's just is what it is with double shot. So you've got I don't know. I haven't used double shot. I think, hold on, let's see. I'm gonna try to get rid of some of this. Because I don't need that in here. No, this one. Let's see what's on this one. Yes, this is what I used to run. This is what I used to run for my stealth commando. Was the fixer. It was real good. This one was fun. I might set that up again at some point just because it's just so good. I got this. I used to use this for the queen too. And then this one, this was what I had. I had gotten this one before I was using the fixer. I had to grind for the fixer, but go scrap these extra weapons. Sorry, my... Alright, she must have just moved. We still... My daughter still has her baby monitor in her room and it was going off, so I wanted to check on her real quick. Nope, alright. Well, hey. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm just going to call you Triple. Or 777. I don't know. Appreciate the follow. I really do. It means a lot right now. I'm trying to get this up and running. And it's super, super helpful. My 15th. I know, I'm trying to push. I'm hoping to get to 25 by the end of February is my goal. That's the goal. I think tomorrow I'm gonna be making a video. So I really want a stream deck, but I don't want to buy one, and so I realized that I have a Raspberry Pi sitting at my house and a 7-inch touchscreen display. So I'm going to be building a Raspberry Pi. We can do that on 50. What do you mean? We can do 50? Oh. 50 then 25. Alright, back to that quest real quick. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to affiliate, hopefully in the next month is my plan. So that way I can at least open up the creator tools more. I don't care about the money. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of money in it. So I'm more worried about being able to provide the best stream that I can. Nope, gotta go this. Well, thanks, Oscar07. Appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Triple. 000. Isn't that a... I think that's... Isn't that a yogurt? I think there's a yogurt called 000. Don't think it's me because it's me. Well, I appreciate that. Alright, now we can get back to this, so... Maybe not. There we go. Alright. Downstairs we go. Nice little kitchen. Ooh, Nuka-Cola. I actually think, okay, so I think I'm going to do for my build, it's going to be power armor focused. Ooh, Get some rads there. But I think what I'm going to do is... Yeah, that's what I thought. Oikos. Oikos Greek yogurt. That's what it is. Yes, 000. So I'm just going to call you 777. Otherwise, I don't know. So if I call you 000, all I'm going to think about is yogurt, and then I'll be like, man, now I want some yogurt. Oh, I just locked myself in here. Not cool. I think I'm going to do a theme for my character, and it's going to be Nuka-Cola. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a Nuka-Cola themed character. Who's shooting at me? I guess Omo is pretty easy too. But then I think Elmo. I don't know. I can just call you Omo, that's fine. There we go. Alright, where is this research at? There we go. Listen, my brain works in rhymes and alliteration a lot of the time. And so when I think about certain words, or when certain words sound like other things, it just jogs my memory. I'm a speaker by trade, and so, you know, there's certain things that you're supposed to do, and alliteration and rhymes is one of them. And so when I hear things, that's just where my head goes. Let's see here. Dr. Claire Hudson, we're too late. I failed. Was on the radio with Maria just now. She's never seen so many scorch beasts. She says the sky above the airport's dark with them. They're not attacking. Not yet. Waiting on their scorched foot soldiers to arrive. Maybe. Clever. Swear word. And of course, we're scrapping the bottom of the barrel. Scraping, not scrapping. The bottom of the barrel and ammo and stamps, so this couldn't come at a worse time. So what do I do now? Down here alone, I might eventually be able to finish this vaccine. I can't help the fire breathers anymore. But maybe someday the vaccine will save lives, assuming anyone's left. If I can make it back to the airport, I could save lives today, or maybe tomorrow, or whenever the battle comes. And it will come. I can't stay here. It might be suicide trying to make the trip back on my own. But I can't turn my back on everyone I care about, not when they need me the most, not when I'm the one who failed to play her part in our plan to stop the Scourge before it came to this. Jonas finds this, then get that blood sample, load it into the centrifuge, and run the DNA analysis program. The rest is pretty automatic. Alright, I appreciate that. Yeah, so I am currently multi-streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. I don't really know if I'm going to stick with Kick, but I figured I'd give it a try and see what happens. And actually, this helps a lot, because then I'll be able to make sure that the YouTube alerts go through as well. Sometimes it's hard to test all of this on your own. Well, hello, Imagine Fraggins. I've never even used Kick. Honestly, I literally just created one because of this. So when I started streaming, you know, you get varying reviews. Some people are like, yo, pick one site and just make that one the best. So I figured what I would do is do all three, because ultimately that's how you're going to have the most exposure. You're going to, and that's what you want. You want exposure when you start streaming. So by doing all three, I can get that exposure, but then at the same time, be able to work up on building each community up. Like, imagine Fragments, if you look at my Kick profile, I have nothing over there. I think I signed up for it like a week ago, and this is my first stream to it. So, appreciate you hanging out and joining in. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But definitely going to try all three for now, especially if, like, the streams look okay over there. That's the big thing is, am I able to stream all three and it look good? Or at least decent? So... yeah, you know, I appreciate that, Majid and 000. I too have never used Kick strictly because of the rumors. Yeah, because of the rumors that I heard about it. And I'm like, well, I mean, you're just, even despite those rumors, I've seen a lot of successful people that I follow and that I consider, like, not mentors, but, you know, people who influence what I'm doing, and they all stream on Kick too. And I'm like, okay, so it can't be all bad, right? Like, it can't be all bad. So I'm giving it a try. Triple Zero, did you drop those follows and subscribes on YouTube? Because if you did, I did not see them come through. Alright, so I will have to look at that. Make a note of that real quick. I'll look at that after the stream to see if I can figure out what's happening there. Note made so that I can fix it. It's always an important thing for me is to, like, write down what's happening, because I've just found that if I don't write it down, it's not going to happen. And just a little bit of advice for most people is, if something needs to happen, just write it down. So, all right, back to the game for a second. All right. So now I'm off to. This must be the friends in the. Get all the stuff. As always, the fun part is collecting everything that you see. I'm going to go find. So I gotta get a type T fuse and collect a blood sample from a ferro coal. see if I get lucky. I've been playing Fallout games for, I don't know, 10 years, and I've never gotten one. Give it one more try. This person looks like they were starving and probably starved to death looking at that. I hear a scorched, but I don't see the scorched. Man, now I want to sit here and see if I can try and get it. Nothing. Come on. I just wish it didn't take so long. That's the problem. If it didn't take so long, I'd sit here and go for it. Alright, one more and then I'm gone. I do believe that it's possible. I've seen people get it. Of course, they could have modded their game somehow. But now I really want it. Come on, come on, come on. Nope. Let's see. I'm gonna Google that real quick. Fallout 76. Can you get the preserved pie? Okay, so it is actually based on your luck. Did not know that. What is my luck at? What's my luck at? Probably 1. Yay, level up. Yes, it's at 1. Let's get that intelligence. Yeah, so I'm not going to sit here and waste the time trying to get that. One more, just for good measure. You know what they say, that, don't give up, because, you're just one more. You never know, the next one could be the one. Well, it wasn't. Listen, if the game was realistic, that would be the case. Of course, if the game was realistic, from the US, Ohio. Just chilling it in Ohio, which is nothing special. Yeah, Ohio. O-H-I-O. That is... Oh, nice. I am roughly, I would say, I don't know, an hour away from Akron. So, I know the area. My wife really loved Akron, and so we used to go to Akron all the time. So I do know Akron area pretty well. Mostly because of her. She went to school out there. Oop. Time to reload. see, where is this T fuse at? Where are you? Here. Tin pitcher. Actually, it's pretty funny that like they added Ohio into this game. Made me laugh. Man, sorry guys. I'm getting tired, I guess. Let's see, anything in here? Mountains of West Virginia as fast as you could. Listen, I've been to West Virginia, mostly like driving through. I went a couple times as a kid too, and I do love the views of the mountains. The only mountains I've ever stayed at though were in Tennessee, um, which are by far my favorite so far. I would love to go see more, but I would. I would. Ohio's too flat. It's part of the. It's too flat. I mean, I prefer driving in Ohio, um, but yeah, Ohio's too flat, and it's just a lot of. There's a lot of just fields. It's a lot of fields out here. All right. Steelworker's hat, red ale. Take the plate, hammer, take that. Fusion cell, I don't need the green bandana. Oh, what's over here? T-fuse, nice. Hey, back off, dude. Get out of here. Alright, now I gotta go find a ghoul. Where are you at? There you are. Let's see here. I can hear him. What's over there? Nope, not how you get to the map. Charleston. Did it glitch again? Interesting. I wonder if it's... Let me see. I'll have to mess around with the settings and see what's causing it. Maybe I can look back. because like my internet doesn't look like it's dropping. So anytime I pull out the Pip-Boy, I don't know. It could, listen, this is a Bethesda game after all. It could just be Bethesda. I know that they just did like an update for the game, and I was actually considering not streaming this tonight, because there's some reports of them trying to fix glitches and just creating more normal for Bethesda, honestly. But I was like, you know what? I don't have anything set up for it for anything else, so I was like, I'm just gonna run with this. So that's my biggest problem with this game. Here, you know what? Let me try this. Let's see. If it's always happening on the Pip-Boy, then I feel like it's probably the game and not necessarily me or the stream. Let's see here. Alright, you set it right here. So let's get in there. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, how do I get rid of this? There we go. That's a cool feature. So imagine, I don't know, so I'm testing out Meld Studios tonight, which is something similar to OBS, and their clip feature is pretty cool. So when it clips, it plays like you can replay it on screen. So like, you know, if I was any good at video games, and played, you know, intense PvP options, then you could like clip it and then play back and watch the playback on screen, which I find is pretty cool. But that's just me personally. I need to go find a ghoul. Ghoul. Get in here. Typewriter. Fresh meat, boys. Come get it. Yeah, and honestly, I have found that first-person shooter games tend to be super toxic, which is really sad because, like, So, for example, I really wanted to get into Arc Raiders. I tried it. I bought the game, played it for like a couple hours, and I wasn't having fun with it. Um, and so I just wasn't having fun with it, and I just couldn't keep playing it. Because I mean, I have a limited amount of time to put towards playing video games, and so I'm not gonna waste my time playing something that I don't like. Hey, are you gonna do me? First try, come on. Oh, you can. Oh, you collect it. All right, cool. Never mind. I thought you had to get lucky and find it. All right. Now back to the lab. But yeah, I don't do first-person shooters really well. I am excited though. On the 27th, it's a Friday, so I stream on for sure Mondays and Fridays. I'm thinking about trying to add a Wednesday stream in, either during the day or in the evening. We'll see. But the 27th, the new Resident Evil game drops, and I am ready to go. They're bringing my boy back, Leon. So we'll see what happens. Tell you what though, I'm probably gonna be screaming or crying. Who knows? Because from what I can tell, I mean, they've really worked on going back to the old days of like survival horror in the Resident Evil series. Yeah, I prefer RPGs just in general. Hey now. Not always MMOs. I've always played, so I've played, switched back and forth between playing this one, 76, and playing ESO. I do play an MMO that nobody has probably ever heard of. It's called Fallen Sword. It's an old multi-user dungeon browser-based game. I've been playing it since I was like 13. So, I don't know, almost 20 years now? Yeah, almost 20 years now. EverQuest. Have I ever played EverQuest? I don't know. Let me look it up. No, I never did EverQuest. I did do RuneScape though. I played a lot of RuneScape growing up with my friends. It was like my first like real I'm going to play online with other people type thing. And my buddy, he played. Dang, am I only 7 years old here? Listen, I started playing games probably 2001. I was just a kid. And so like my first gaming console was the PlayStation 1. My dad bought it for me. We used to play Madden on it together. It's my only knowledge of football. Alright, analyze the blood sample. Yeah, I love ESO. I think I don't know. When it came to ESO, I was thinking about either playing that again or playing Fallout 76. And I was very upset at, like, I didn't want, it feels like you have to have two different subscriptions to play ESO now. You have to have their, like, ESO Plus. And then you have to buy the content pass. So I was not super happy about the content pass, personally. So, just gonna pop over here and see if I can hear what the live sounds like. I want to hear what the music sounds like in the background. Just barely there. But I think it's louder on my end. All right, let's see here. Symptomatic. Yay. I can no longer become scorched. Level up. Obviously get Scrapper. I get Scrapper for everything because you can never have enough material. Join the fire breathers. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Nope. Man. Alright, let's try it one more time. Not having Fallout 1 pack here is kind of hard. Yes, it is very difficult not having Fallout first. But I mean, Fallout first is only 100. I mean, and granted, 100, it's a lot of money. But it's so worth it. So worth it. You would, honestly, you can't play this game and not have it. They did that on purpose. Again, that's why if you check my bio on Twitch, yeah, it's just the inventory space. I don't know. I feel like, and of course, I haven't checked it with the new content pass, but I always enjoyed that with ESO Plus, you got all of the like DLC dungeons and everything. And so like it gave you more content. On Fallout 76, you can pretty much do all of the content without Fallout first. You just have like no storage space. That's the problem. So, yeah, I don't know. If you check my Twitch bio, I love Bethesda games, Fallout, Skyrim. I both love and dislike Starfield. But I have a general disdain for the company and the business practices it has. So, let's see, get to the fire breathers. And the trash can? That's where this points. Alright, they must be on the other side. Alright, let's see here.
Overseer's log, Charleston Fire Department.
Yes, I played
Automation
Starfield.
used to define
I
life
actually,
in West
so I
Virginia.
bought Starfield,
Now it's the only thing
pre-ordered
left.
it, took
These training
3 days
programs that
off
the
work.
responders have
3
set up.
days. Because
How
I
many
was like, I've been
survivors
waiting
were
for this
running
game
through
for
these?
years.
Takes
And
a certain calling to voluntarily run into the middle of a fight.
I
Rescue
loved
people.
it at first.
Looks like they
And then
kept
the
up
further
that
I
spirit,
got into it,
even as the dangers changed.
the
They must have
less it
fought the
appealed to me.
scorched up close more than
Not because I didn't
anyone.
like the idea.
I
Loved the
need to
idea of the
find out
game.
what
It
they
just
knew.
felt it felt different because like in Fallout 4, you have a lot of, you know, in Fallout 4 there's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of places to see. A lot of people will say there isn't, but there is. There's a lot of unmarked quests, a lot of things that you get to view. Skyrim, beautiful place. Um, Lots of quests. Short. They're mostly go fetch this, bring it back, kill this, bring it back. But the storyline is so beautiful. Um, the problem that I had with Starfield was it started off really strong, and then as you progressed further into it, it just felt more and more empty. Um, and I had a hard time sticking with it. Now, usually, what happens is over time, modders come in and fix the game, add to the game, make it better, and that never happened with Starfield. Um, and so I just am like, I've booted it up a couple times to try to get back into it, but I just couldn't, um, which is really sad because what I wanted was I wanted a space, an open world space game. And I know we have No Man's Sky, and I love No Man's Sky. It's beautiful, it's great. But specifically, I wanted a space game where I actually get to go fight aliens. Um, and I don't really feel like that happens in No Man's Sky, where like I get the cool weapons. Um, that's my favorite part of like playing Starfield and stuff. Same thing with Skyrim. I always loved the weapons and the uniques. The spaceship crafting was the best. So that's my thing. Like they could have taken. So in Fallout 4, I know you haven't played it, Triple, but in Fallout 4, my favorite aspect of Fallout 4 is the settlement building. I love building up settlements and making sure that they have what they need. And then I loved the spaceship crafting in Starfield. That was fun. And I was so excited because it's like, dude, I'm going to get to build like planetary settlements. And then they dropped the ball on the settlement. Like, literally, if they would have just taken the Fallout 4 settlement process and copy and pasted it into Starfield, I would have been happy. But they didn't. Excuse me. Sorry. But they didn't. And so here we are. Like, and I know a lot of people have said the same things about it. And so but it's so true. Like, they dropped the ball. And it was very disappointing and upsetting. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the writing in it is good. A lot of people don't like the writing in it. I actually really like the writing. In fact, my favorite quest line was the quest line for uh, who was it? I forget what their name was. But basically, it was like, the army, and you fight the aliens. Yeah, see, 000, you have a really good friend if they introduced you to Bethesda games. I mean, again, I might not like the company too much. I never played Stalker. I never played Stalker. I did play Doom though. I've enjoyed Doom. Um, so Doom was nice. Let's see here. Knowledge exam and registration.
You need any help?
Knowledge exam. Welcome to the Firebreathers training program. System will walk you through 3 exams designed to prepare you for what's to come, starting with the knowledge exam below. Be sure to review your unit issued study materials before starting. Good luck. I don't have any, so let's just go with it. Tunnel you're traversing has begun filling up with a strange gas, and you're without your breathing apparatus. What do you do? Light a match and find the source of the leak. That's what I would do in real life, most likely. Been there. Go with the gas and wait for it to dissipate. While traversing a smoke-filled building, your breathing apparatus has failed. Which of the following will serve as the best replacement? Magnet or water-soaked rag? Cover your face with plastic wrap. Bethesda. One of your fellow fire breathers has been burned. The area is painful to the touch, but no blisters are forming. You apply a cool compress. What's the next thing you should do? I mean, it's obviously this one. Obviously, you're going to put dirt on the burn. That's what I would do. See, I say that, but if it was for other people, I would not be doing that. I would do it for myself. Just throw some dirt on there and call it a day. But, let's see. While exploring a collapsed mine, your team leader flashes their safety light quickly 3 times. What does it mean? Let's say... Halt place. One of your squad mates has caught a case of sludge lung. Which of the following sets of ingredients, when cooked together, can be used as a cure? Why not? You've stumbled upon a band of scorched, diseased people brandishing clubs. Which of the following is the only acceptable method of engaging them? Capture a scorched infected man. Do you recognize as a childhood friend? What do you do? Let's see. Oh, I failed. Alright, I guess I gotta go find the study material that they speak of. Oh, there's a person here.
Hey, are you here to become a fire?
I sure am.
That's awesome! Whew. Maybe we can study together. That knowledge exam sure is hard. Wow! You want to get to know me? Look,
She
my name
feels
is
like a
Tiffany,
synth.
and I'm trying to become the greatest fire breather that
Haven't played
Appalachia
Fallout
has
4,
ever
that's not
seen.
gonna make sense,
It
but
is my sworn duty in
she
life to
feels
try
like a
and stop
synth.
the
She's
scorched
too
invasion from
overzealous
taking
about
over
it.
the world, or at least Appalachia. Whatever you need to know. Well, I absolutely crushed. However, I've been having a really tough time with the knowledge exam. If only. Oh, I don't want to be out any day now, though. Oh, you.
Alright, let me go find these so-called study Scorch Tactics. I hope I know that I've made 1 point crystal clear. The Scorch are lethal. They're nothing less than an existential threat. We cannot find a way to defeat them. If we cannot find a way to defeat them, or at the very least contain them, there's no reason to think they won't spread far and wide, transforming or destroying everything in their path. We don't know nearly enough about the Scorch to develop real tactics. What we know so far mostly amounts to common sense approaches for dealing with any deadly predator. Like, because it's decided to hunt you, do everything in your power to keep away from it. If you've got a gun and can find an enclosed space to fire from, that's ideal. Scorch beasts are too big to fit into small places. Remember that Scorch beasts emit strong radiation that, coupled with powerful bite, should compel you to keep your distance at all costs. Don't think they're mindless. They retain enough intelligence memory to use guns and other weapons, and they're hostile to just about everything they perceive as a potential threat. Fight the Scorch as you would a raider, albeit one with deadly plague. Of vital importance, keeping your distance to minimize the risk of infection. Stay in cover when you can, but give ground when you need to. Don't let them get close. I know that's not much to go on. Alright. So there's that. Asphyxiation in you. Safety guide. Do you like breathing? Most of the time. Alright, sounds good. Thank you so much. Let's see. Let me send. How do I get social, right? Let's see here. Alright, I think I sent it to you. Sounds good. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. It's been fun having you here. I'm actually going to be logging off in a few minutes, anyways. So I just wanted to see if I can get through this. Let's see, what was that? My long flash, one quick flash, proceed forward. 2 long flashes, halt in place. 1 long flash, 1 quick flash, 1 long flash, retreat immediately. Repeating flashes, danger. Signaling when folks started running into ambushes by some of the less hospitable survivors. If you see old signaling, beware, it's probably not coming from a friendly source. I am full. Alright, I'm gonna drop a survival tent. Head back to my base real quick. That's pretty cool. That must be Skyline. I'll have to head over there at some point. Ow. to sort through some stuff and then be logging off the game for a little tonight. Scrap items, get through this. I might need that. Don't need that though. Let's see, modify. Throw that on there. Get that on there. Oh, I don't have that though. There's a stew. Fire axe, super shots to max recoil. Capacity 10. 20. Go with that. Alright. This is the one thing that I don't enjoy about being new at streaming are the bots. That's pretty annoying. So I'm just gonna ban that because I don't want that in here. I don't need that kind of negativity. Yeah, they sure are goals. Ghouls. Sometimes I really struggle pronouncing that word. I don't know why. Just one of those things. Nope, I need that. Get that. I can just throw that in there. Good there, good there. This ammo storage box. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining in tonight. Really appreciate it. If you want announcements about my streams or when I go live, please drop a follow. Or you can. Yeah, and I've thought about that, but I really do want people to be able to just pop in and chat. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they have to follow me in order to chat. Because really, what I want a place where people can come and chat and hang out and find like-minded people. Just a place where we can all kind of just have a place to relax. But because ultimately that's what gaming is for. The gaming is so that we have a place to relax. If you want announcements on streams or anything, I'm currently in the process of building Discord up. Probably gonna be working on that over the next couple days to really get it going. So you're welcome to join my Discord. Links in the Twitch bio. You can also find it in any of my link tree information in my bios or links on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok. I mean, yeah, if you want to join there and give me a hand, I actually have zero experience with Discord. I've never created a server before, so that's all new to me. But I'm working through it and figuring it out. So, but again, thank you guys so much for dropping in. Imagine Fraggins. I don't know if you're still around, but if you are, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Love your thoughts on Kick. But there we go. Anyways, have a great night, or 000. Have a great day. I'm gonna head off to bed here in a few moments, and then have a good day. I hope that you are productive and get done what you need to get done. Anyways, have a great night. I appreciate you guys so much.